What's up, New Jersey? Welcome back to New Jersey Nonsense Podcast. Today we're going to start talking about some of the seasons that we got here. I'm your host, Joe, and next to me I got Paul. Paul, how we doing today?
Doing great, man. Another beautiful day in Jersey.
Yeah, the
Uh, you
Jersey
know,
Shore.
just taking what we got so far for winter. It's been a bit of an embarrassment. There's no ice on the Great Lakes, and we haven't had an inch of snow.
Yeah,
So
dude.
it's been a weird season. Other than that, though, beautiful day out there. How was your day?
Hey, man, the Northwest Jersey. Watch out, man. This summer you're gonna. This summer, this weekend you're getting pounded. It sounds like 6 inches you're getting of snow.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like the cutoff is pretty much like 95.
Mm,
Like we're supposed to get that like kind of mix of Central Jersey is gonna
mm-hmm.
get that mix of snow and rain, and then everyone else is getting all rain, man. But
Well, yeah. I mean, something to look forward to. I mean, we did just have New Year's and it was very mild that night,
very mild.
and but beautiful weather. Regardless of what little clouds were there, I was still able to see a lot of fireworks and stuff locally. I don't know if you were able to see fireworks well, or
Yeah, I got
did you
them.
go out?
I had some in my neighborhood.
Hmm.
What I want to do one year, probably after I get my roof done, I just want to set up a lawn chair up on top of the roof because my property's pretty high up compared to the rest of my neighborhood. I might be able
Hmm.
to get a good view in distance
Oh, without
more
a
than
doubt, you can
anything,
get
you
a
know.
good view. Yeah, no, I mean that's definitely something you can get away with in Central Jersey. I don't know if you could do that in North or South Jersey, but you could do that in Central Jersey, and you could
Yeah,
see all the fireworks. You could see all the land.
yeah, and like getting to my roof is probably only like a 10-foot ladder.
Yeah,
I
well,
have no steep parts by any means.
you better strap in. You better put a harness and an anchor somewhere, because you're gonna be up there with a sixer, and by the time you stand up to
Easily up there with a
leave,
sixer, dude. Easily up there with a sixer.
and be scooting your ass down the fucking shingles to get to the ladder.
Sun's got to keep me warm up there. That sixer is gonna do it just right. That sixer
The
and a
sixer
cigar,
will
dude.
sixer and a cigar will definitely keep you warm. And speaking of warmth too, I know a lot of people are already looking forward to the spring, and I think that's wild. I mean, I want winter. I still enjoy winter in New Jersey, in the tri-state area. I want to see some real snow, but there's people that are looking forward to spring. Are you looking forward to spring yourself?
I'm looking forward to summer already.
Oh, jeez.
I tell you, I hate the winter. I hate the cold. Today I was miserable outside. I can't stand the damn cold, man. I got old people bones. I guess I don't know.
I mentally enjoy it more. So like even if my body doesn't particularly enjoy it mentally, like I'm like a kid in a candy store or in a playground. Like the winter for me is just great for exploring. I like to do a lot of outdoor stuff. So
Right.
when all the foliage has died, you could see clear across all these crazy, ravines and parts of the uh, parks and wherever you go to. It's just you have more visibility.
I would probably like the winter more if it snowed more.
I'm not
If it
arguing that. I want the snow. Yeah, that's what I love about the winter time.
if we had the visuals more, I'd probably enjoy the winter more. But you know what? I do like
Mm,
spring when everything kind of starts to not not blossom yet, but start to bud.
mm-hmm.
When you start to see the flower buds starting to poke through and you see life starting to come back,
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy that. But I need a nice 85-degree day.
That's a bit much for me. 85 That's you're pushing it there. No, I agree. I agree. Like springtime is one of my. I mean, I love all the seasons. That's why I
Yeah.
love living in the zone that we live, the
It's the
agricultural
best
zone
part of
7.
Jersey. You get all four seasons.
I mean, that's why I guess it helps us not only our soil, geography, all these other factors, but like having the seasons is also good for agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
It allows us to do different things throughout, every part of the year and set up for the next season. Springtime, though, when everything comes to life again, I agree with you. Like seeing the buds, like I love driving. Like I don't love driving to work, but if I'm on the highway driving to work and I happen to be going down to South Jersey, like what I do enjoy though is seeing all the buds poking out on the trees because
Yeah.
it only takes maybe like 48 hours of like a solid, maybe less, maybe 36 hours. Shit, maybe 7 hours of like good warm weather to get their juices flowing, and they'll just pop buds up overnight.
Well, when was it like? around Christmas time, we had a lot of rain.
Hmm.
When do we have like 4 inches of rain? Like 2 weeks ago, last week,
Oh
something
yeah, it
along those
was
lines.
yeah,
And it
yeah.
was warm the following day, dude. My grass started growing again. Like
Yeah, well,
it was December. I'm like, I gotta cut my damn grass.
yeah, that's something I never remember having to deal with. And you
Yeah,
know what's interesting
ever.
too, though, if you translate the precipitation over from rain to snow
Mm-hmm.
at 4 inches of rain, that would be 40 inches of snow.
How crazy is that, dude?
So it's 10 inches of
10 inches
snow
for
per
every
inch
inch of
of
rain.
water.
Yeah,
So, yeah, inch of rain. Yeah, yeah. So, we would have had 40 inches of snow had the temperatures been cold enough.
and that's the thing. We had the possibility for snow.
I think we still do, but I'm just like I still can't get over how many people are counting down to spring and summer because I just,
I get why Northwest Jersey gets more snow because they're higher up. I get that.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But there's something that happens on the east side of 95.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the salt in the air?
Mm.
Is it the refineries just ripping through oil manufacturing that's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
putting whatever into the air that's preventing from, I guess, ice, well, water becoming ice, becoming snow.
I think that no, I think that's those are definitely factors in there. I didn't think about those things. But yeah, the Northwest Jersey is so rocky and mountainous that it's like when the snow comes, it stays because it's insulated and you have the water gap there and
Yeah,
you know the winds that come through like when the temperatures come through there and they're sustained, like they're gonna do their thing. I always
right.
love seeing the giant icicles and like shit off the rocks, you know what I mean? Like just giant ice formations.
I wonder how many injuries happen per year in Jersey with icicles.
Oh, that would be an interesting
Because I've seen some
statistic.
wild freaking icicles, man, where I'm like, dude, that would impale somebody with no issue. But it's gotta be a danky icicle, you know. I don't think you'll really get it much down in Central Jersey and South Jersey, but you're definitely getting that up north and northwest areas. And anyone up there, man, let us know how you guys make out this weekend coming up, because you guys are supposed to get pounded pretty good.
Yeah, if you got to hunker down, hang out and, cook up some super stew and have some tea or hot chocolate or a hot toddy or a
Oh, nice
nutty
hot toddy, man.
Irishman or whatever, tickles
For
your
our
fancy.
21 and over audience, a nice
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
toddy.
Though that was like the best part though, whether you were, young and coming into like a hot chocolate or older now and you could throw a little whiskey in it or something. Like the thing is going outside when it was cold and snowy and like, cleaning the driveway, helping the neighbors with theirs, cleaning off the cars, all that stuff. You get cold over
Uh
time
huh.
and you come inside and you have that hot meal and that hot drink. And that's I think what makes the winter special. It makes you appreciate the comfort that you have that you could
So,
go back to.
what would be your comfort meal? You just all right. So tomorrow morning we wake up 6 inches of snow.
Mhm.
You just got done cleaning off your driveway.
Mhm.
Your sweet old neighbor said, "Hey, Paul, I could use your hand clearing out my driveway too." You just spent 2 hours doing that. Now you're helping sweet old Betty next door. You go into your house. What is it that you want to warm your bones?
I'd probably just do a monster breakfast. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
just if I know that I'm only getting holed up for like a day or two or something, and I just busted my ass helping everybody out so they had clean driveways and salt and all that stuff. Hell yeah, I'm gonna cook everything. I'm gonna cook all the bacon, all the sausage, all the pork roll, all the eggs, all the waffles or pancakes. It's the whole loaf of bread is getting toasted
You're
and
just
buttered.
just making
You
a
know,
Denny's Grand Slam in your
yeah.
house.
And it's all for me. There's nobody else that's gonna eat this. It's just me. So I could sit there with this spread and say, I earned this.
Oh, dude,
Because I'm an adult. I could do it. What would you have?
I'm a sucker for a chicken pot pie on a cold day.
That's a great meal. I'm not
That
gonna argue that.
that's a childhood thing, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
Whenever like it would snow like hell, and I was out playing the snow, or I was out helping my dad clearing the driveway out,
Mm-hmm.
my mom always had a chicken pot pie on those really cold days.
Okay.
Because
See,
that's something about that warms you from the inside out, man.
you just went all sweet with it. I was just saying nonsense. Even though I would cook a breakfast, I wouldn't cook all the shit. That's a very sweet memory. My mom used to do like on like rainy days or snowy days or whatever. It was always like grilled cheese and tomato soup or
Oh,
chicken
dude,
noodle soup.
clutch.
You know what I mean? It's just always it's still to this day works.
You
You know
put
what I
bacon
mean?
in your
Like
grilled cheese?
I mean, I'm talking about, but now I put a lot of different things in my grilled cheese now. Bacon's fantastic. I love tomato,
Yeah, tomato and bacon in it, dude.
and
Nice
I like
touch.
any combination of them. Like, so it's like I could have a plain grilled cheese and be happy, but if you add tomato, I'm happy. If you add bacon, I'm happy. If you remove the tomato but leave the bacon, I'm happy.
What do you grill your bread with for a grilled cheese? What would you?
So I got into an argument with a girlfriend when we were teenagers over this because I made her a grilled cheese and she said it wasn't like her father's. I said, "Well, what does your father do?" He used mayonnaise and I used butter.
I had that argument with my dad. My dad says mayonnaise. I was like, nah, I'm using butter.
That's a great debate. Now, I have to say that I haven't done the mayonnaise one in a while, but I remember the last time I did it, and I did do it for a different recipe. It wasn't for a grilled cheese. It was for some other kind of sandwich, but I did not dislike it. It is different, and I do like.
I get how it's good.
Yes, I get how it's good, but I still prefer like the richness and the flavor of the butter than I do what mayonnaise brings to the table. And I love mayonnaise. I'm not like shitting on mayonnaise. You guys tell us how do you do your grilled cheese?
Yeah,
Do you
let's
do
have that.
butter or do you do
Let's
mayonnaise?
let's start that civil war, the grilled cheese war.
We have to. I mean, that's what we're here to do,
We're
I
gonna
guess.
we're bound to get in a history book.
What, just
Some
why we're
some
solving all these problems?
some local podcast caused a world war based off of grilled cheese sandwiches.
No, it's just a civil war in New Jersey just because of grilled cheese. No one outside of Jersey will come and save us. They're just gonna be like, no, no, no. Just let those animals take care of themselves.
And you're kind of a big, you're big into foraging. You're big into like I'm big into gardening myself.
Yes.
I'm working on the
Yeah.
canning thing. That's
Cool.
kind of
Very cool.
that's my kind of 2024 what's the word?
Goal.
Nah. Well, yeah, but what do they call goals? They say like, oh, in the new year you're supposed to make a
Resolution.
resolution, attaboy. Um yeah, resolution is learn how to canning.
Okay. You want to just do water bath or do you want to do like pressure canning?
I don't know. I honestly
So
I don't
here's
even know what to do. I got to read a book. I got to do something, man.
the biggest difference is you water bath mostly like high acid products
Hmm.
and you pressure can low acid products. So
Okay.
basically if you're doing like jams and jellies and things of that nature that are high acid, you do them in your water bath. Tomato sauce you could water bath.
Right.
But if you were doing like a beef stew, those are typically low acid and you'd have to pressure can those.
Yeah.
But there's all different ways to go about it. I'm not an expert on it, but I have canned a lot of stuff from the garden and it's very rewarding and we're very fortunate to be able to do it in this state.
Right, and that's where I was kind of like that's where I was trying to lead up to is when do you start uh like pruning back your plants? When do you like that's kind of like to get more into the spring side of Jersey, you
Hmm.
know, to really use the soil what New Jersey is, the garden state at the end of the day, right?
Yes.
You start planting in the spring, or you wait until May and June, like I was always taught, when it's a little warmer out.
I was gonna say first and foremost, we are the garden state, but like the soil that we had on our property when we moved here was garbage. It was mostly clay
Yes,
and
I
and
recognize that
that
too. So
yeah, and a little clay is okay, but the problem is like we had so much of it that it wasn't allowing for good drainage. So we had to dig out like 4 feet down and then fill
mm,
that in with different all sorts of different stuff, compost,
right,
soil, topsoil, um, peat moss, all sorts of different
yeah,
things. And but we had to build the soil to where it is. But if you have good soil, you could start. You're supposed to wait until after the last frost, but how do you know it's the last frost?
In this state, you can't tell. I
Now
mean,
you could start cold hardy vegetables outside once the
right.
ground temperature's a certain, like 40, 45 degrees or something. Um, I start some plants inside, like the nightshades, tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants.
Yeah,
We'll
I
start
tried.
them indoors.
I'm trying to, get my money's worth now. Like I started kind of saving the seeds from the grocery
Mm-hmm.
store.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of just dry them out overnight on a paper towel, and then I put
Yeah.
them into plastic bags. I'm gonna see how well, because I'm gonna germinate it,
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff. Save some egg cartons, throw some soil, boom, drop them in, see how well they grow.
Got nothing to lose.
Yeah, what am I gonna lose, right? I mean, and then I'll just go to Home Depot or Lowe's, who that big company that grows all the fruits and vegetables with them. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
called Abby or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually like, well, they're pretty mature plants, but they're not producing anything yet. But this year, man, I'm stoked, man. It's the new house. I'm ready. I got to build some raised beds,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff, and go. I got peppers and tomatoes last year, and I
Nice.
started from seedlings, and that took a while.
It does take a while, and the crazy thing too is like there's a lot of tricks that you don't know off the top of your head. You got to learn
Right.
from experience and reading things. And one of the things we learned years ago, particularly with nightshades like tomatoes, is if you ever seen one fall over, it starts to root into the ground again.
Yeah.
And that's a particular trait. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe somebody listening, watching can tell us because I'm not looking it up right now. But basically, it'll start to root again. So when you're ready to plant it, if you have like an 18-inch, 20-inch tomato plant, you're going to bury it like 10 inches into the ground.
Right.
And now that entire root stock, that entire stem will become more roots.
Yep.
And we grew some just literally like 15-foot, organic heirloom tomatoes almost every year. They're
Yeah.
just monsters.
Well, that's what I remember when I went to your house. You had those beautiful tomatoes, dude. I had probably like 6 tomatoes.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
everybody
know.
else was like holding one in their pocket, like taking it home, and you were
Boom,
just eating them.
popping them in, dude. Like they're Tic Tacs. I love tomatoes, man. I could just tomatoes. I could eat them like apples.
And
Like in
those
the
golden tomatoes are really extra sweet. They are just something
so sweet, man.
special. I've literally almost eaten myself sick on them out there.
Big boy tomatoes are fun because they're
Hmm.
so juicy and they're
Yeah.
great for tomato sandwiches.
It's amazing how New Jersey is so well known for our tomatoes. We're known for our corn, we're known for a lot of things.
Right.
But like there are some people that say like there's absolutely nothing in the world like a New Jersey tomato. How did this happen?
And I'm curious as to what other places tomatoes taste like.
Yeah, because I haven't tried fucking any tomatoes comparatively to like an
Right.
expert or a chef or something. I've tried some good tomatoes. I've grown some good tomatoes, but there is something when you get like that local farm fresh, real gnarly organic heirloom tomato. It's all
Yeah.
just crazy looking, and you slice it a certain way, and it fits perfectly on some toasted bread,
Yeah.
and you could just do that old school tomato sandwich.
Love it, dude. I love a
You know what I
tomato
mean?
sandwich.
So simple, so perfect. I don't know if that's a Jersey thing particularly, but I know a lot of people that grew up in Jersey that love a tomato sandwich.
Yeah. I just don't know how you. I mean, I get. If you don't like tomatoes, grow up. Eat your damn tomatoes. Eat your mushrooms. Eat
Well, no,
your
people
damn
say
vegetables.
I like ketchup, and you're like, that it's not fucking
That's
tomatoes.
corn syrup.
That's oh god, yeah, yeah. It's like drink. You might as well just
That's
drink a soda
tomato.
too.
It's tomato flavored corn syrup. That's what ketchup is.
You know what though? Homemade ketchup. My brother used to make it. It was fantastic.
Dude,
Like if
I
you
had one
follow
of the
like a real
best.
old school recipe.
I've had the best ketchup of my life in Portland, Oregon,
Really?
and
Okay.
I think it was just called like Portland ketchup or something. Like shout out Portland ketchup if that's what it's called. The
Mm,
best ketchup I've ever had in my life, dude. And they had
nice.
it all. They had they had like a green ketchup, a red ketchup, yellow ketchup, and it was just like pure like tomato puree. It wasn't like any of the corn syrup shit that Heinz does. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it was real ketchup, and it was so damn good, dude.
I mean, there's people out there doing fantastic things all over the country. But once again, they still will say though, if you want a tomato sandwich, you got to fucking come to Jersey and get one of these monster honkers and slice it up, and
Yeah, yeah,
you know what I mean. Like there's just something that's something that we could always look forward to more into the summertime. But
right,
if it wasn't for spring being able to start those seeds and those plants and get them out there, um, we're fortunate to be able to do that with our weather in
right.
this state.
And that's just tomatoes that like we're talking about, like the
Yeah. Oh
spring.
God, there's so much more.
You know, like that springtime that we get where it's like that perfect, like it's kind of like 55. It's got to chill. There's no more frost. It's like you're saying, like start
Mm-hmm.
gardening on your last frost.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the list goes on
I think
how well the gardening is here.
I think the strawberries come in fairly early
I tried
in the
strawberries a
season.
couple times at my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was younger, I was even very interested in having a nice garden all the
Mm-hmm.
time, and it's just the labor is there. I mean, you're really working your ass off in a garden, man, because you
Yes.
come home from work, you're going right outside.
Yeah, you gotta every day you gotta do something.
You know, you're out there, you're either pruning away, you're weeding, you're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents, man, they had really, granted, uh, where my parents' house is, it is an old farm. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's land that my family purchased when they immigrated from Italy
Okay.
and turned it over into a farm.
Nice.
So there's so much like fresh soil there, and it's like when I look back on it, kid, man, we had horses, we had chickens, rabbits,
Mm.
all kinds of animals. Like I can't even imagine the kind of quality of soil that we've created in generations. And
Mm-hmm.
like we still have another 40 years that we've had that property for 100 years.
Wow.
You know, so it's like just in that short period of time, because some of the zucchinis that we would grow and start picking in the summertime,
Mm-hmm.
man,
Mm-hmm.
baseball bats, man, like this big, this like so fat around.
Well, there's
And
no arguing when you have access to horse manure like that, like and
yeah,
chicken manure. Like we used to do that.
right.
I volunteered at a farm for a while, and we used all that stuff, and the plants were ridiculous.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of local farmers here in Jersey that if you're getting into gardening in this upcoming spring and summertime, I'm sure there's a farmer out there that will sell you a good hunk of manure for a very, very affordable price.
Oh, there's so many good resources out there for people that
Dude, they
want
just have
to
piles
do
of
it.
literally piles of shit.
Yeah, literally piles of shit that you could just fresh shit, the
Yeah,
freshest
and you're
shit.
just kind of like, hey man, like, what are you doing with all that? You know, like,
Can I
it
get
doesn't.
some of that shit?
Yeah, can I get some of that shit? You know, and the worst thing they can say is no. And
Yeah.
I'm sure if you show up with a construction bag and you took
Hmm.
like 2 to 3 pounds,
Hmm.
throw the guy $10.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, he would
That's
just,
it's an amazing thing.
you know, he wouldn't really know, like, I mean, unless he's selling it frequently. But if you just roll up on some dude's property and start
Oh
demanding,
yeah.
shit
Well,
in a bag,
yeah, be courteous. Be courteous of
like,
your actions before you do anything. You know.
but there are plenty of places around there. If they're not utilizing it themselves or they have a surplus of it, but even then, there's so many gardening centers. Dude, these gardening centers in the Garden State in New Jersey go absolutely fucking bonkers. I
AWOL,
mean,
dude.
pretty much from spring through fall. Like, they kind of close up in the winter time depending on what
Yeah.
they do. Unless they also do like Christmas trees and shit like that.
Yeah. Shout out Brock Farms. They do that.
Oh, there's so many great places out there that do such a great job all year round. Or, even the nurseries out there.
Yeah.
We have farms, we have nurseries, but spring, summer, fall, they're always hopping. I mean, we with the seasons, with the 4 seasons, we're always able to harvest something. We're always able to
Yes.
move things along. And the activities that people can do each season is also, I mean, like spring starts all of the local sports for a lot of the schools and
Utes.
yeah, the Utes. That's a good callback. It's
I had that one. I had that one pocketed.
oh, that was a good one. Yeah, but springtime just it's like, so many things start popping off and then when summer hits, I mean, you know what it is, summer in New Jersey, the summer season. It could be brutal. Like the temperatures like we have fluctuate overnight sometimes. Like you'll have 80 degrees one day and it'll be like 40 degrees the next. And you're like, this isn't good.
Yeah.
And people right now are getting sick like crazy because we just had like a weird fluctuation in temperatures. People were traveling. So it's all sorts of shit.
And it pisses me off when you hear like doctors are telling me that it's like, oh no, it's the germs, it's not the weather. I'm like, yeah, no, you're a liar.
I mean, there you can't
Like your
deny
joints,
that.
like your joints can't predict rain. You know, like
I mean, I've heard that from a lot of people that they can.
yeah, but there's like
Like you had certain
there's
injuries
studies out
or
there that claim that you can't. Those are all false pretenses.
and that's another interesting thing. Rain, like we've had a lot of rain this past year, and like this winter season. But
Well,
like
last year
when,
we didn't have any rain yet this year. Sorry, I had to do it to you.
yeah, I appreciate that,
Happy 2024, everyone.
dickhead. I totally forgot. It's like, oh yeah, we're not in 2023 anymore. Shit. Um, yeah, but like we had a lot of rain last year, and we haven't had any real precipitation at all this year yet. Hopefully, it'll be cold enough that it is snow. But I love going to like a park, like the state parks in particular.
Uh huh.
But any park will do. But I love going outside in the rain. And like the spring and the summer when it's raining, you go to the parks and you see like the deer are out, because they know people hunker down. So the
Correct.
wildlife comes out because also like the deer like to move because the rain makes a lot of ambient noise so they can move without alerting predators.
Yes.
And a lot of other animals will come out in the rain. Turtles, I like to go locally to a spot where I'll always see turtles.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's something special about like the state parks when you're out there camping or hiking and you get a little rain. You could always take a dip in one of the reservoirs, one of the lakes or the rivers. And
That's what I do get excited about this spring and summertime is the camping. Now,
mm-hmm.
obviously, camping in New Jersey isn't my ideal of camping. It's more of the new common term as glamping, as my wife likes to, that prefers the glamping.
Yeah, I know
Where
about this.
I'm like, no, I want to hike out all the way to the Delaware River,
Mm-hmm.
walk up anywhere if I find a nice spot, pitch my tent right there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go get a rod real quick, throw it down the water, hoping I get lucky and I got something to eat. If not, I got a couple eggs and dehydrated hash browns.
Well, I mean, you could definitely do that up there. They have like what they call like primitive camping sites.
Oh, they do
So,
have them.
oh yeah, they have primitive camping
Oh, that's
sites.
awesome.
And that's they're just a bare bones site. You know what I mean? There's no water, there's no electric, there's no lights, like
Love it.
and um and then yeah, as long as you have your appropriate permits and licenses, because they over there in the Gap, like they are very meticulous. Because a lot of
Man,
people stop there and they're just always there. The game wardens.
just like snow, man. It wasn't like that when we were kids. Like we had a
Um,
lot of snow when we were kids, and I feel like
yeah.
when we were younger, man, it was more of like the wardens were kind of like, "Hey, what are you doing out here?" Like, oh,
I mean, yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
kayaking, man. That's all I'm doing. Here's my fishing permit. I ain't doing nothing. Like, got a lot of gear just for kayaking. You know, like
yeah. Like it's very difficult to just kind of like find a spot and pitch a tent these days,
yeah,
especially in New Jersey. I mean, there are remote areas, but you have to be very smart about it,
yeah.
and
You
it is
got
illegal. So I'm not recommending anybody
yeah.
do it.
Don't do it because these wardens are out to get you now. They're
But
not.
it's unfortunate because people think that they can get lost in New Jersey, and it's very very difficult. I would say to get lost in New Jersey. There's access roads and service roads that link up to the
Everywhere.
state parks everywhere. Just follow one direction.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's really all it takes.
it's
In
one
an
of those things
hour,
that's easy.
you'll hit something.
Right. I mean, even if you were hiking along the Delaware River, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you really got lost. Put your back
Mm-hmm.
to the river and walk.
Yeah.
You're walking into something, within the mile.
Yes.
That woods isn't that dense.
No.
So they have a lot of riverbeds, and there's even if you walk up and down the Delaware, you're bound to walk into a fisherman.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. You could have a lot of great fun there. I
Yeah,
love it all through the Gap. I've been through the Gap on all sorts of all the states,
the
you
Gap
know.
is like one of my favorite parts of New Jersey, man. Like I love the Gap more than anything in the spring and summertime.
Oh, I was gonna say it's my favorite in the fall.
You know what? I haven't really been out that way in the fall when I think about it.
Yeah, I
Fall
mean,
fall time, I tend to go out towards northwest. Like I think it's Augustus is out there, Sparta's out there.
hmm
I hit the mountains.
I agree. I do like the mountains, but I remember also growing up, we used to go camping over past by the Gap.
Yeah,
So it was like, driving through there in the fall for camping was always really nice.
yeah, it's got to be an unbelievable view.
But I mean, that's another thing. Jersey has so many great views that you could take advantage of spring, summer, fall, and even winter if you'd want to.
Yeah,
And some of the views from some of the mountaintops and some of the bird watching spots, you could see so much of New Jersey. And in the wintertime right now, like I said, there's no foliage, so you could just see forever. And I
I
highly recommend that if you haven't, not you, Joe, but if any of our
yeah
viewers or listeners
yeah.
haven't checked out any of these, like, what do they call them?
Why? What are we talking about?
The spots where, like, like you're driving on the highway and they have that
Oh
spot where you
yeah,
could
like
take the picture.
scenic views or whatever.
Yeah, scenic views. Yeah,
Yeah,
like New Jersey has a lot of scenic views that are relatively easy to access.
it's a hike for us, but man, I'm telling you, if you go out towards High Point is so beautiful, man.
High Point's beautiful, but yeah, that's a
And
hike.
literally, what
That's a
it
hike.
is, man, it's the highest point in New Jersey, and if you get on a nice ridge, you see how beautiful this state is. And compared to where we live, Paul, we have the
hmm
beach, we have a lot of traffic, we have a lot of major
hmm
highways. Out that way, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Those are pretty much Eastern Pennsylvanians out that way
Yes, that's
because
exactly
it
what it
is
is.
Eastern Pennsylvania, Southern upstate New Yorkers. Like that's a weird combination.
It is beautiful up there, though. I love Northwest Jersey. It's one of my favorite
I'm trying to think.
spots.
What's it? Then there's a huge bridge like um engineered
That
project up
old
there.
aqueduct or
Yeah,
something.
the old aqueducts, dude. I used to when we were kids,
Yeah,
man.
that thing's huge.
When I was younger, man, I used to be huge into Weird New Jersey. Shout out Weird New Jersey, man. You made most of my
Yes.
childhood.
Weird New
Um,
Jersey was great.
dude, a lot of the stuff that was in those books, I was always going to. I think Warren
hmm
County had the stone living room.
Okay.
You ever been to
I
the
don't know if I
stone?
checked that one out.
Oh, dude, it is exactly what I'm telling you. It's probably about a 4 mile hike.
Mm,
You do have some elevation, so you're definitely gonna get your work in. Bring lots of water if anyone
hmm
goes. The stone living room, you get up to it. I wonder if it's even still there. You get up to it, and you're kind of on this ridge, and you're looking out into the mountains, into the trees. It's a beautiful. I used to go there all the time in the fall,
mm,
and just a bunch of stones that literally makes a living room. There's chairs made of stones.
that's cool.
It is a really cool place to go.
I mean, I found some other weird stone structures in the woods just hiking in North Jersey, Northwest Jersey, but I don't know if I've ever seen something like that.
Yeah, dude, it was one of my favorite places to go. I really wonder if it's still around because I would love
You
to
said
go up there.
you would go in the fall.
Yeah, because
Mm.
once you're looking out, it's nothing but the foliage.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
and it's usually a little cooler out to do that kind of that very active of a hike.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
hmm
you're not gonna like slam like a pint of water as soon as you get to the top.
There
But
is a spot, North Jersey. I think it's over in like the Rockaway area, maybe Hopatcong, Farney State Park. They have a hawk watching spot up on top of this ridge.
oh, okay.
And I was up there hiking one time in the fall, and that scenic overlook is
Yeah.
just unreal. the amount of colors. It's just all these little pom poms of red, orange, yellow, green, brown.
Yes,
Something about the scenery in the fall.
I don't know if West Milford's in Warren County. I don't think so. But that's where the Stone Living Room is. It's part
Mm,
of the Wainaki High Point,
mm-hmm.
Northern
Are we too?
Green State Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So it's like most of these spots that we're talking about are like North Jersey.
yeah, that's where the best hikes are. You know, like I mean,
I'm
around the
not no, I'm not arguing that, but it's funny because those people usually say Taylor Ham, and I don't agree with that.
hey bastards.
But we'll hit that on
We all
another
can't
day.
be
But
right. You know, you can't.
I'm just yeah,
Besides
yeah.
us, you know, you can't be right about everything.
No, it's beautiful up there, but you're saying the wrong thing. I'm just
Yeah,
throwing a jab out there. We'll fucking hit it another day, but
yeah. I mean, like
beautiful up there. Just get your shit together.
you say Taylor Ham, South Jersey says Jimmy's. You're both wrong. I don't even
Everything's wrong. This is all wrong.
know.
Everything's. We haven't talked about South Jersey at all this whole time. Though. It's just everything that we want to do in the summer, spring and the spring, summer, and the fall is all northwest Jersey. No, but South Jersey, the Jersey Shore has so much to offer: spring, summer, fall.
Yeah, I mean we got our state parks too in South Jersey's got their state parks, Central Jersey's got their state
Beautiful
parks.
state parks. Beautiful. I love the state parks down south. I love all of the state parks. Those are some of my favorite places to go.
Yeah, I mean I really like the ones that have the boardwalk going through the marshlands.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that kind of look cuz you know, I'm a shore kid at heart. I need the beach. I love visiting the mountains. I love visiting the woods, but I could never make that my homestead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, I probably could if I developed a very nice property for myself with gardening and farming and everything like that. I'd probably do it. Yeah. But I'm telling you right now, I'm coming to the beach a lot in the summertime.
Yeah, well, the Jersey Shore, you know, it I love the Jersey Shore all year round. There's something weird about it's weird, but it's oddly I don't know what the word is for it. Maybe it's just a nostalgia of mine, but like always growing up around like shore towns, you drive through them in the winter time and it's just kind of like it just
Dead.
looks it's just so dead and you're just
Yeah.
like, "Oh man, it's like a few weeks ago this shit was popping." And then in a few months, you know what I mean? Like when it starts up again, everything just comes back to life on the Jersey Shore and it's
Yeah.
amazing.
A lot of the shore people would call it Benny season.
Oh yeah, for sure, Benny season.
You
But
know,
you know
like,
what though? There's a lot to do regardless of whether we have beach weather.
right.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of indoor activities that could be done outside of like the basic stuff, like maybe like let's say movies and bowling, which I love.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of bigger things, bigger shows that are indoors, theater and arts and things, museums and shit and aquariums. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great winter activity because it's indoors.
Yeah.
Um, there's the indoor since we don't have any fucking snow on the ground. There's the indoor ski slope at the American Dream.
Fucking place, dude. Remember when that Xanadu used to just stand there and just a big middle finger to the whole entire state on like just facing the turnpike.
Ridiculous.
How long it stood up there and it just it was like one of those things when you had people like visit in that aren't even from really Jersey or New York. They
Mm.
kind of pointed like, "Oh, what is that?" Like, we don't talk about that." And it was that ugly, like, it was a really ugly color too.
Trying to remember.
Before what it was. Oh, dude, I remember like it was yesterday. Are you kidding me? I was like, yeah, the damn Xanadu. And I don't
Well,
even know.
that's.
I never even heard of that word until they named it the Xanadu.
I was gonna say that's like part of North Jersey, or at least I consider part of North Jersey that I don't like. I don't like that area
Yeah, well,
because I worked in that area and the traffic is the absolute worst in the. I just don't care what anybody says. I want nothing to do with the traffic over by the American Dream in
oh yeah,
Secaucus.
yeah, no,
Sea
yeah. So
Caucus. How do you pronounce? Like some
oh
people really,
god, dude,
yeah.
I fight people over this.
Sea Caucus or Secaucus. Everybody listening and watching, let us know what the proper. I thought it was Secaucus.
I say Secaucus. That's where
Sea
like
Caucus.
no, I say suh.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. It's
SUH.
just because I know it probably annoys you
Ah, dude, that
to
is
say
boils my
Seesaw.
blood, dude. That
Well, that's
that
like
one
the
boils my
whole
blood.
Newark and Nork.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean, granted, my parents are from Newark, so it's like
Yeah.
that's how they said. That's how I always said. And then when you talk to people in Newark, they
Yeah.
say Newark.
Yeah. Wasn't Shaq from Newark?
I think he stopped. Yeah, because I mean, he was a military family, so he
He
bounced
was
around a
military
lot.
kid. Yeah. 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 But I think he had a stint in Newark,
I think he had
and
a stint in Newark. He owns a couple buildings in Newark
so did Whitney Houston. I think, right?
or Jersey City.
Was Whitney Houston Jersey City?
I don't know, one of the two. I know we had Wendy Williams. She's from Asbury Park. Shout out Wendy Williams.
Really? Hmm.
Danny DeVito's an Asbury Park guy.
Oh no, it was Newark. Whitney
Oh,
Houston.
okay.
Interesting. At least she was born in Newark. I don't know. She was raised in East Orange. Interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of entertainers come from this fucking state.
Very, very talented people come from this area, man.
It is amazing how many talented people, and I am not one of them.
No, I by no means am I any talent. The only thing
What
I have
limited
talent is
talents I have, right? What do you have?
the only talent I really got is talking into a microphone to a group of people that are listening to this on a beautiful night in New Jersey and either being like me, drinking coffee or and craving popcorn for whatever reason.
Oh, I would love some coffee, but I'm not gonna go make any, and I'm not going to get any. Even though there's a quick check a stone's throw away, I could walk there. I'm not doing it. I mean, it's saying it's 38 degrees out right now, which I absolutely love those temperatures, but
Hate that
a
shit.
lot of people would argue with me. Yeah, exactly.
Hate that shit.
But then you have something to look forward to, so you kind of, like, that's where the yin and yang comes, and you got to embrace it. New Jersey's gonna do that, It's like you
Like I said,
gotta.
I'll take the cold if there was a a nice visual to it. If there
Mhm.
was it was a nice snow on the ground, I'd be really cool with it.
You know what I love? A few days after the snow, and the traffic starts up again. That grayish black snow that's everywhere.
Oh god, yeah.
From all the freaking exhaust from all these damn vehicles everywhere. That's a great part. Like I like when you actually get away from the heavily congested areas and there's a snowfall
Yeah.
and you go on those back roads and everything's still covered. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Because the high congestion areas, like they're gonna clean them up, they're gonna salt them, like it'll be good quick. But you
Yeah,
hit those back roads.
when I first started my career, a lot of the accounts that I would take care of were a lot of North Jersey homes. Nutley,
Hmm.
Paramus, what the hell is it? New Milford's up there.
Hmm.
A lot of those towns were up there. And I remember I walked across this old lady's lawn in the snow.
Hmm. Hmm.
And she called my office and said, I want this guy off my property. He ruined my front yard. And my office called me and goes, Hey, what'd you do? This lady's really upset. I'm like, I don't know. What do you mean? He's like, she said you ruined her front yard. I was like, I did walk on her front yard and it's snowing out. Is she pissed that I ruined the snow? And that's what it was. She was pissed that I ruined the aesthetic of her house, leaving
Was she
footprints in the
was she
snow.
elderly or was
Oh
she just a?
yeah, she was a much older person.
Oh, okay. Then I'll cut her a break, I guess. I mean, I hope to use that as an excuse one day when I get old.
Like I want to get to a point in my life where that's the thing that's gonna bother me most.
Just yell at the mailman for fucking
Yeah, yeah,
putting footprints on the lawn. What were you raised in a barn? You're
yeah.
an
What you're raising
animal.
a bar.
What are you doing? You're just destroying my peace. I thought it was maybe like a New Jersey Karen, which there are plenty of them. But if she was elderly, then it's like I let it slide.
Oh yeah, she was an older woman. I sincerely apologize. Like I'm very sorry, man, but I really want to get your heat up running for you,
Well, that's one of the reasons I hate the seasons though in New Jersey because we have to work outside in it.
no matter what.
And for the most part, I mean, like you get sneered at and stuff if you make a big fuss of it. But like, I'm not climbing this icy goddamn ladder,
No way, no way.
or I'm not going up on this rubber roof, this white rubber roof that's an ice skating rink.
Yeah,
And but outside of that, like even just traveling, having to travel in it, like that's the thing. Like I love all the seasons of New Jersey, but I don't ever really get to. That's not fair. I don't take enough time to explore everything that I can in those seasons that I love. I do
Right.
explore things, but there's so much that Jersey has to offer, whether it's spring, summer, fall, or winter.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much you can do, and even if you take a short drive, like, I mean, granted, to me, a short drive is 2.5 hours. You know, if
Mm-hmm.
you want to take a 2 hour ride out to the Poconos, you know, you can hit the mountains, you can hit up in New York, and even those places they offer year round entertainment as well. But I always prefer the summertime. Shout out Donovan's Reef. That's where I'm at. That's where you're gonna find me
That's
year
a good
round.
spot.
In the
Good spot.
summertime, that's where I'm there
Mm-hmm.
on the beach with a nice drink in my hand, just
Mm. Do
enjoying
you
the
have a
weather.
do you have a summertime drink? You like a margarita guy or a beer guy or?
See, now that depends
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a huge I love my beers. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I really love the craft brew scene that's in New Jersey. You know, and they do very well when it comes to seasonals. There's a lot of breweries here in New Jersey that I would love to visit with and do this podcast live with. So if anyone knows or works at a brewery, ask them if we could come in and
Yeah.
shoot an episode there. Do something, man, because
Oh, I
um,
would love to.
shout out to Kane Brewery, man. They made a really awesome apple cider donut beer,
Okay.
and I think
Nice.
they teamed up with Delicious Orchards out of Colts
Oh,
Neck.
nice. Okay, that only makes sense.
You know, they do really good. They teamed up with Rook Coffee. Shout out Rook Coffee. They teamed up with them. I think it was last year, and they did a really nice stout. So I mean, that's
Kane
the
always hits it out of the park, though. They've always done great stuff.
telling you, man.
But we have so many other great ones too.
If we started a ranking system, I'm telling you, Kane's got to be in the top three.
You know what? We'll just have to check them all out.
I guess we're gonna have to do that.
We got our work cut out for us, but we'll sacrifice it
For the good of the people.
for the glory of New Jersey. No, really, like I remember we went to a beer fest, and I think there's one coming up. It was up in Motown. For people not familiar with Jersey lingo, that's Morristown,
Yeah.
North Jersey, and it was at the Armory.
Morristown, not Moorestown.
Yes, Morristown. Yes, yes, correct.
let's
Motown.
let's be more
Yeah.
confusing, Jersey. Let's have
Let's
two.
be even more fucking stupid. But dude, they did this thing up at the Armory, and it might be coming up, or they might have just had it, but it had like 200 vendors there, and it was
Wow.
just all Jersey breweries, and everything blows your mind because you have people that are doing really unique brews, and then you have people that are kind of like reinventing the classics with their own spin.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, here's a pilsner. I'm like, oh, okay, it tastes like a Miller Lite. Thank you.
Geez, you could do these things like all season, right? Like all 4 seasons. You can go to the breweries and the distilleries.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're those poor
What's the
guys.
one over there by Delicious Orchards? Is it Session?
Is Session the liquor, the
That's
distillery?
the brewery, and they have the distillery right next to them. I can't
Yeah,
remember
because
the
they're
name
front
off
and
the
back.
top
In
of
the
my head.
back,
Yes,
that's a beautiful place, man.
or no, is that Source? I think it's
Source Brewing,
Source.
and I think Sessions is the distillery.
Maybe I'm mixing them up.
I don't know, but that is a beautiful, beautiful place, man. Like,
Once again, I'm not looking it up right now, so someone could correct me in the comments. I know I've been to like most of these joints. I just can't remember where all of them are or what all their names are. But there's so many that we haven't hit. We could do this all year round, all 4 seasons. We could hit all the beautiful diners in the state.
yes,
We could hit all different types of art exhibits or scenic overlooks. I would love to hit all of the scenic overlooks in the state, or like nature kind of overlook spots like they have in Cheesequake Park. You could go overlook at the Osprey Nest.
yes.
So it's like I would love to like hit more stuff like that around the state throughout the 4 seasons. I mean, we really would like to encourage the people listening and watching to throw your suggestions to us through our
Yeah,
socials.
please
Let
do.
us know let us know what you think we should check out, what restaurants, what diners, what art installations, which nature overlooks, scenic overlooks, anything, everything.
Yeah, I mean, hey, let us know what your favorite season activities are. Give us all of them. Spring,
Where do you
summer,
go
fall, and
camping?
winter.
Where do you go kayaking? Where do you go fishing? I want to know where you catch the fish, and no one's going to tell you where they
Yeah,
catch
no,
the
no
fish.
one's gonna ever tell
In
you that.
Jersey, you're going to start fights if you go up and ask somebody where his fishing spots is, or if you follow somebody to their fishing spot and
Yeah,
then post up 20 feet away, you're going to start a fight. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not
hey,
trout
if
fishing on the surf,
hey, if you're surf fishing and you don't edit your pictures to hide your background, that's her fault.
Oh, especially in Jersey, everybody that does that in the groups and you see it, you're like, "Oh, I know where he was."
Yep,
And then
uh,
it's flooded with a bunch of morons.
yep, and people that it's one of those things, man. Like I don't want to say like people that don't know how to fish because everyone has the right to learn how to fish, and
Yeah.
everyone's always a novice
hmm
with whatever they do. So
I mean, I've seen a lot of
just get
things work and
outside.
not work. But yes, New Jersey, you can get outside all four seasons. But
just get
the fishing is great all four seasons,
yeah.
and so are a lot of other outdoor activities. Like I still like to go hiking. I went hiking in Homedale State Park. I did that a week ago,
Mhm.
I think. I was out there, and I mean, it's beautiful. You know what I mean? Like it's still a lot of fun. It's still nice to go out, get a few miles in, check out the birds. I found a bird's nest
Yeah.
that was made out of it was in the marsh. It was in cheese. Oh, this was at Cheesequake, but
Okay.
it was made with like dirt, like clay and like straw grass. And it
Oh,
was up
so
in a
a nice
tree.
solid foundation.
Yeah, dude, it was like a cup. I got pictures of it somewhere. Yeah, I'll show you guys that. But I put it back. Like I picked it up and looked at it. It was empty anyway. I picked it up. I looked at it. I was like, this is really cool. And then I put it back in the tree and then I went on my merry way. But you could still do these things in the wintertime. You could still see birds. A kid, I don't want to say a kid, but a young man was out birding and I saw him on the trail and he let me look through his telescope and there was a little hooter up in the tree.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't remember what kind he said, but it was little and it was puffy and it was cute. And it was sleeping, was just even cuter. Just sleeping in the knot of a tree, dude. It was
Yeah.
great. So even in the wintertime, you go down Island Beach State Park or Sandy Hook, you can see the snow owls. Sometimes you can see the foxes. We get other winter birds that come in. There's a lot of different stuff that you can do and get
Yeah,
into.
even probably right about now, you could probably go down to Manasquan Inlet, start
Hmm,
seeing some of the whitecap seals are probably coming up.
that's true.
But
Yeah, I forgot
hey,
about that.
you see those whitecap seals, do not get close. They're cute, but you got to remember these are animals.
They
You know,
are wild ass
they're
animals.
wild animals. They're out to protect themselves. They're out to defend for themselves.
Just be
So
respectful.
yeah, if you got kids, be very cautious around them. The last
Well,
thing you
because
want to hear is a
we
horrible
have all
story.
this beautiful wildlife. We really do, and we have to be respectful to them
Right,
because we're unfortunately developing way too much of the property, and they have nowhere to go.
right.
Um, so it's like we have to take care of what we have and be respectful of it. And when those seals come up, people do like to get stupid these days for social media, and we will not be taking pictures getting close to seals. Maybe we'll go to have a look at them though.
I'll get probably 10 feet, 10 to 15 feet from a seal because they are just blubber, but those things are quick on sand, bro.
Well, I was gonna say like, what's considered harassment? Because I don't want to harass the son of a bitch.
Right. I'd probably take it because I would probably take a nice distant picture of it. But I've seen people get very, very close, like almost to the point like they're trying to pet it or something. I'm like, the only
Yeah.
animals that want to get pet are domesticated because they're being taught that that's like some sort of a reward is to be pet and scratched.
Yes.
A seal that possibly has never even seen a human before.
Hmm.
is going to treat you as an enemy and defend itself.
I think one of the beautiful things about social media these days is that we could shame these idiots that harass the animals.
Yeah.
So like it does kind of prevent people from doing it, even though people do still do it.
And this
Um,
is coming from people, like, two people that aren't, we're not vegetarians or vegans or anything like that. Even though, like, I still eat meat and everything like that, I still respect that animal that's on my plate. And I am grateful as hell for the sacrifice of that animal. But that makes me respect nature that much more.
okay, I'll buy that for $1. I was wondering where you were going with this for a second. I was like, damn, we just went deep here for a
Well,
second.
no, that's what I'm saying. It's like I hate the idea that
That you can't be both.
it's
Yeah, yeah,
fascinating in New Jersey. You see a seal, you see a wild seal in New Jersey. It's
yeah.
really hard to contain that excitement, but
Hmm.
contain that excitement at a distance. Be fascinated. Take a picture from a distance. Your phone camera's got an incredible zoom.
This is true. You don't have to get that
You
close.
don't
I
need
think
to
that,
get that close
yeah,
to it.
that's the nice thing about birding. A lot of people have gotten into birding, and the coolest thing about that is like you can't really get that close. It's all like long distance, big zoom, you know.
Dude, I think down where I work a lot down in Robbinsville, I think I got a bald eagle.
Oh, I believe it. I've seen them down
I
there.
think I got one. I gotta buy a nice set of, like, binoculars or something to see if it actually is a bald eagle. Because the thing is massive, man. Like, and that used to scare the crap out of me when I was a kid. Because we used to have koi ponds and stuff. Like seeing a herring flying over your head, dude.
A herring. A
Yeah,
heron?
heron. I thought they had G's on them.
That's a fish, a herring.
Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, you're right.
Heron is a bird.
Whatever. They look like pterodactyls.
Herons eat herrings.
Yes. Okay, that's probably
But yeah,
why.
when a heron takes off though, dude, that's a big sound. Like they're small. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what the word is. Yeah, that's a good impression of it right there. Yeah, when they take off though, like they are imposing. But the bald eagles are kind of hard to. The raptors in general, the birds of prey, they're hard to mistake.
Yeah. Cause, like,
Ospreys are gnarly, hawks are gnarly,
yeah.
eagles are awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, when you see that heron flying over your head and it's kind of straight lined, it's got the straight feet.
Hmm.
I just, like, all right, I'm in Jurassic Park. This thing is massive. Like, the shadow that it just casted scared the crap out of me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, if you're not expecting it, I would
Yeah.
love to hear from the viewers and the listeners about like what are your favorite activities to do? Let
Yeah,
us know.
let us know down in the comments, here on this video, on our Instagram, all those kind of pages and stuff like that. Let us
Because
know what
this
your
will
favorite
help.
seasons are and your favorite season activities.
Yeah, because this will only help us to build a roadmap for this upcoming year. The spots that we're gonna go, hopefully, to and shoot live content or just go and have a good time and take a few pictures. But we're gonna do these things at mostly your suggestions. Send us the state parks, the scenic overlooks, send us the art installations, the diners. We're gonna check it all out. The breweries, everything.
Yeah. This is the kind of things that we want to bring to you guys, is all kinds of content where we're exploring New Jersey via you guys. We want everyone to be able to see the kinds of things that we all kind of grew up with, all the things that we love and enjoy. Be be it food places, being parks, be it breweries, be it distilleries, be it small towns. Like Clifton's got a really cool small town.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of
Love small
historical
towns
places here in New Jersey, man. If you really want to experience some true history within our state, you got it here.
and paranormal stuff too.
Paranormal stuff, I love that stuff. So,
Yeah, yeah,
hey,
definitely let us know about paranormal stuff. We'll check that out.
so I think we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Man, I can't appreciate you guys enough coming out, listen to us, watching us be a
Thank
bunch of goons
you.
here.
Episode 3 in the books.
Episode's 3 in the books, man. And hey,
We did it.
we'll put a little notice out there. We know that it's the winter time's coming up. It's getting a little cold out there, and all of us are well known. Well, we should be well known and well versed on seasonal depression, man. Hey, reach out to me and Paul if things get rough and tough. We're there to cheer you out. We'll give you a little bit of nonsense, entertain us, tell us what's going on, and we'll be there for you guys no matter what, on a drop of a dime.
Yeah, this is definitely a weird time of year, but we hope everybody is doing well. And if you're not doing well, like Joe said, let us know. We're all going through it at the same time to some degree, and it's always good to have an ear to talk to.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Tell your
All
friends,
the
and we'll see you guys on the next one.
on the next one.